Breaking news. A new Cold War flashpoint is emerging in the Caribbean. Putin has issued a stern warning to Washington after U.S. forces moved closer to Venezuela. President Trump has called the deployment routine, but Moscow isn't buying it. Tensions are skyrocketing as both nations flex military power near Latin America. Could this be the start of a dangerous new standoff between Trump and Putin? Let's break down the rising U.S.-Venezuela war tensions and how the Kremlin is reacting. It began when Washington increased naval patrols in the Caribbean to monitor smuggling. But intelligence reports suggest the U.S. is preparing for a potential conflict scenario. Russia, a key ally of Venezuela, immediately viewed this as a provocation. Moscow warned that any U.S. interference would be met with strategic consequences. Putin's message to Trump was clear: stay out of Venezuela's affairs. But Trump insists the U.S. will defend democracy anywhere it's under threat. The Pentagon confirmed additional aircraft carriers are moving toward the region. Fighter jets and surveillance drones have been spotted over the Caribbean skies. Russia responded by sending warships and nuclear submarines from its northern fleet. Satellite images show both forces positioning dangerously close. Venezuela's government claims Washington is planning regime change, but White House officials deny any invasion plans. Meanwhile, locals in Caracas report rising anxiety as jets roar overhead. Russia and Venezuela are conducting joint military exercises. Analysts warn one miscalculation could ignite a regional war. And the world watches, wondering who will blink first. China has backed Russia, calling U.S. actions destabilizing. European allies urge restraint, fearing an oil price shock. Latin American nations are divided. Some support Washington, others Moscow. Oil markets react immediately. Prices jump as traders panic. The UN Security Council calls for an emergency meeting. But behind closed doors, U.S. and Russian diplomats exchange heated words. The rhetoric from both sides is escalating by the hour. Experts warn this crisis could reshape the global balance of power. If U.S. warships continue their buildup, Russia might respond more aggressively. Analysts fear a possible naval clash, the first since the Cold War. Putin may deploy hypersonic weapons to signal deterrence. Trump, meanwhile, says America will not be intimidated. Both sides are now locked in a dangerous game of power and pride. Venezuela sits at the center, a pawn in a superpower struggle. Citizens there just want peace, not to become another battlefield. But as ships and soldiers move, peace looks increasingly fragile. Diplomatic channels are still open, but for how long? If talks fail, the Caribbean could become the next flashpoint of global conflict. Putin versus Trump, a rivalry that defines the new world order. The world watches, hoping diplomacy prevails over destruction, because one wrong move could ignite more than just a regional war. This is the new front line of power, and the world is holding its breath. Stay tuned for updates, only on True Update WD.